Hey, Goofle here. Now a little while ago, because it's been a while since I made the video and whatnot, but a little while ago I was bouncing around on Facebook, and I am friends with Bionic Dance there. Subscribe to her on YouTube, and she asked a question, where she was wondering what would be the chances, of could a lightsaber deflect a bullet? Now, when Revenge of the Sith first came out, the History Channel did a 1 hour special called The Tech of Star Wars. And I watched it and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I've always kind of liked science and whatnot. And this was just like a cool little episode where they were just talking about the, theoretics behind, all the various aspects of technology within the Star Wars franchise. And they did actually have a section where they talked about the technology behind a lightsaber. Like I said, I will have that link down below in the crotch bar. What you want to do for the part on that is go to part 2 and go up to about 8 minutes and 35 seconds, where it talks about a lightsaber. Now, it's theorized in this that a lightsaber, since, you're getting your geek on here, BD, a lightsaber is basically a stream of plasma, what it is. And that due to the temperatures that it produces, theoretically, it's not possible for one to be made today unless you use like a giant building worth of machinery. But the sheer temperatures that it provides, that allow it to basically cut through metal bulkheads like they're butter, would put it somewhere well over, like, I believe they said like 200,000 degrees, something like that, where theoretically, as they said in the special, a real lightsaber is more like one of those things you attach a remote operating switch on it, mail it to your enemy, and then turn it on from a distance. And the lightsaber will should take care of them on its own. But since Jedis wield it, the sheer amount of heat that a lightsaber produces, and that through a Jedi's control of the Force, and mind you, I'm going into like, things that have been theorized on the tabletop role-playing front about this. In the tabletop role-playing for Star Wars tabletop, the control that a Jedi has over the Force, and the reason why the lightsaber is so crucial to them, is because they're using the Force to control the energies of a lightsaber. The lightsaber, the things that it does, is all about everything that the Jedi, I mean, they are constantly, whenever they have it on, they are constantly focused on it. And so, because the lightsaber is a very, very dangerous weapon. It can kill even its wielder. And because of that, this allows them to do nifty little things like deflect blaster bolts and whatnot. The sheer heat of it alone, combined with their Force control, which, by the way, they've shown in the films time and time again, that they can actually use the Force to accelerate their own bodily functions to the point to where, running at 100 miles an hour, jumping distances of 30 plus feet and not being hurt, being able to deal with someone like Obi-Wan Kenobi versus General Grievous. I mean, he had 4 arms and 4 sabers. Kenobi only had 1 and 2 arms. And Kenobi still beat him. All this was possible through his control of the Force. And so if a guy came at him with something like an AK-47, a Jedi with proper mastery of the Force would probably actually be able to take the guy with a AK-47. Bullets are material. As soon as they hit that superheated plasma field that is generated by the lightsaber, the bullets would melt. And with the use of the Force provided in there, he would be able to not only the Jedi would not only be able to see the bullets coming, and so he would also be able to react accordingly to them coming at him at anywhere from 800 to 1100 miles an hour. So, like, and mind you, this is just getting the geek on and whatnot. But theoretically, a guy with an AK-47 probably stands a better chance just because of the fully automatic capability that he brings to the table. But as was shown in episode 2, Jango Fett, dual wielding, twin blaster pistols. He wasn't no slouch in the fast firing department, and Obi-Wan was still able to deflect almost everything that he shot at him. So a guy with an AK-47 probably has a better chance just due to the sheer amount of firepower that he's going to be bringing down. But it would really depend on if he could catch the Jedi off guard. If he could catch the Jedi off guard and get a couple shots into him, he'd probably stand a chance. But if the Jedi knows he's coming and he's prepped himself, there is not enough bullets for him to fire at a Jedi that the Jedi just would not be able to react to it. Because, when you fire them, generally, even if you do 3-round bursts, the bullets are generally only separated by a little bit of like muzzle climb, depending on how much you fire. If you go full auto and don't have proper control of it, you'll get some good muzzle climb. Bursts help control muzzle climb. So those bursts, or if he did full auto and the guy knows how to properly control it, would just basically be firing a stream of bullets at him. And once the Jedi figures out where to hold the lightsaber, once they impact upon the lightsaber, they melt and vaporize. So, anyway, that was just getting a little bit of geek on. I hope that helped out. Like I said, I'm going to put a link down to that special for you. And, like I said, I hope it helps out a little bit. Yeah, this is Kuzma. Take it easy, guys. See you later.